What's your name? What you doing?
Jill.
What you doing?
I'm fixing all my signs.
What's your signs about?
Oh my gosh. I'm like a professional. Not a professional.
Uh-oh.
I'm a geek sign maker.
Show me, show me.
Show you? Okay. First of all, we have this one.
Oh, imagine that, huh?
Yeah,
that
right.
was like the 13th Amendment, but somehow it just didn't quite stick?
Yeah.
Huh,
We
funny how
got-
that works.
On the other side,
Working plus poor oxymoron.
it's an oxymoron. Working poor.
Sadly enough, that's how they wanted it for a long time.
I know.
That's why you had Molly McGuire's in the 1890s, because they couldn't take that.
Then we got working poor is disgraceful.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And then we got on the other side, America, land of, what does it say? Capitalism's greediest. Right?
Hall of Fame, baby.
Yep. Then we got racism equals a failed democracy.
Each time and thrice on Sunday.
It's not a democracy. Then we got
There you go.
moral revival.
There you go.
May I join you, Brother Colin, in taking a knee? That's
There you go.
Jesus on his knees with Colin.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Then we got, what else we got here? Okay, then we got, because the Congress keeps saying, oh, we're a Christian nation, God's there's a Christian nation. No. So then I got, one of these things is not like the other. Christian in America. Going back to one of them is not like the other.
You know what I've often said? If you are about your money, your family, your status, and your face, you are a Christian. You're a Roman. That's what Romans like. They're about their money,
And it's
their
gonna
family,
fall.
and their power.
And it's gonna fall, baby.
Like Rome did.
It's gonna fall. And on the other side,
Both Romes fell.
yep,
There you go.
end it all.
All.
End it all. Then we got,
Slay it.
I ain't done. I am not
Oh
done.
yeah, keep
Why
on
don't
working.
you simply say this America is not Christian like the other? This America.
Well, you can chant that.
This one
Yeah.
where Trump
Yeah.
is not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can- yeah, there you go.
and
You can
that's-
chant
and
that
this
there.
Congress is
The addendum, you know.
And then I got, seriously, America? And you asked for my blessing?
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then on the other side, we got stop your damn evil wars.
You know,
Want to save $1 trillion and more.
imagine that.
Again, imagine.
No, man, the food stamps got cut, man. If the food stamps got cut and the Social Security got cut, man, gotta make them go to work. They gotta get a work requirement. Yeah, I'm with them all the way on that.
Here's my boy. Here.
You know, many guys in the NFL know that stuff is absolutely wrong. He's the only one
I know.
who left with his
He's
salary.
A hero. He is a true patriot.
Yes, he is.
He's not a nationalist goof. He's a true patriot.
And
He's a role
do you know
model.
why he wasn't signed by the Seahawks? Because he merely said, I don't know if I will or I won't.
Yeah.
They
What a-
wanted
that's a hero.
absolute control over him.
That is a hero.
No, and you know what's like? That's called chattel. When you want to have a man not only do what you say, but control his thoughts and his heart, that's called chattel.
Chattel.
Yes. Straight
Then we
to
got
chattel
your
slavery.
dinos, your Democrats in name only.
There you
And
go.
it's like, do your damn job. Do your job. Because you're dinos. You're not doing
Well, number
what we hire
one-
Democrats to do.
Well, number one job is this. Not one deal on immigration until every damn kid's accounted for,
Yeah.
period,
Yeah.
end of
Period.
sentence. Ain't no meeting,
You know that'll
ain't
never
no
happen. A lot of the kids don't have birth certificates.
So
And
what? That's their
a lot
problem.
of them have probably been
That's their
adopted,
problem.
and they have to.
That's
make
their
a birth
problem. Then they go to jail. That's their problem. They weren't had to be grabbed in the first place.
Exactly.
You don't crap on my floor
Exactly.
and say oops. No, man.
Yeah.
Get a mop and
They're
get a
talking
bucket.
about illegals. They're
Yes.
grabbing kids without documentation.
Right.
How do the kids ever get documented?
Because they don't think of them as human.
They're going to make it up.
And they're gonna steal these children and knock them out the families.
They're going to make up the documentation.
Well, you know what it's like. They bring them to church, and you see, oh, look at your brown kid. Aren't you so enlightened?
Yeah.
Man, you stole that kid. You know what I mean? And they would do that. They would steal that kid and act like it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Thoughts and prayers to Congress to do your damn job.
Lots of Do your
Yes,
damn job. That's my thought and prayer.
Yes,
Do your damn job.
Yes,
That's my prayer.
yes,
And then
Space Force. Well, you know,
he wants to have a space force.
well, you
now.
know, it's more important to build new toys than to feed a human.
That's what. How about poverty solutions? Space Force, really? How
Well,
about,
unfortunately, their solution is work yourself into the grave and next man up. That's their solution to poverty.
That's it. That's the end of it.
But you know what's sad enough in America with poverty? If you read the Constitution originally, if you were a debtor, you had no rights either. You know, for a long time, the debtor's prison. So there's always been a disregard and disdain for those who are broke, short money, made mistakes, and those kind of things.
Yeah.
And that was okay until we had the 1890s, 1800s, 1910s, you know, where people had these shortfalls on the banks and various things. And then finally, when it all fell down in the 30s, we had to finally do something. Like, here's something basically for you to do. Something to eat, something to do. So you're not on the street rioting. Because I often said this. When you're half dead, it don't matter at that point.
Right?
When them French, you stormed the Bastille, they was hungry. And they was mad. And there wasn't no bayonet, no cannon, no nothing that's gonna stop them from getting up in that Bastille. And I think folks need to think about that very carefully as they hoard and sit up on their hill. And that's what, and you know, and that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with this segment.
Smart man. I love people that know their history.
Well,
You know your history.
I'm a history
and I
buff,
love
as they
that.
say.
Because I don't know it as well as you do, and I love when someone can tell me what's happening. You know,
Well,
who else did that recently? And I'm just like, because you know why I don't know about it? Well, no, it's not an excuse. But you know what I did when I was in high school? I'm 65. I've been an activist since I was 12 with the Vietnam War, right?
mm-hmm.
In high school, junior high school, when we did U.S. history, doing the U.S. history book, this sick, I'll never forget the book. And we did that thing on the Native Indians, and I'm like, this is crap. This is all crap. This is crap. Or we had to tame the savage beasts. I'm like, this is crap. This is just crap. And next came, and then the slaves, and they just like made this little bitty blip about all those things, right? It's like a 5-page chapter. All the other things are like, you know. And I finally, when they did the thing with the slaves, they just kind of glossed over it. No, you know, how awful of us, how inhumane, this was wrong action, you know, none of that. And I just finally, I just said, you know what, I'm done. I'm just done. I took my U.S. history book, I went up to the front of the class, I slammed it on Mr. Gazapian's desk, and I said, you know what, if this is what I'm being taught from here on out, I said, I don't want this shit in my consciousness, so you can test me on how well I've retained it, and pass and or fail me for not answering the questions. And I said, I quit, and I quit high school.
Well, you know what?
Like, I am not.
It's real funny when you discuss slavery. Recently, I took it upon myself to truly study the intersections of the Renaissance and, you know, colonization, the triangle trade, and those things. Let me tell you what really blew my mind with the whole concept of slavery. I was reading a book about Charles V. He was the emperor of the Habsburg Empire, the Holy Roman Empire, and stuff. You know, he was the nephew of Catherine of Aragon, the first wife of Henry VIII, basically. You know, and basically they had something called 30 Years' War, where the Lutherans and the Catholics went at it. And this one warlord was taking on these guys, I think it was in Burgundy. And this town they conquered, you know, white people, they conquered. And this guy, it said in the book, put the whole town to, quote, the cruelest slavery, end quote. And I closed the book and I said, God damn, those are white folks. They just cold enslaved cruelly. And then I was like, you black folks don't got a chance. If this is what they do to each other, like, whoa. And it didn't really hit me. This ain't about color. as much as it's about power, status, dominion. What person said, what an historian has said, I found to be rather insightful. One theory is that a democracy and or a republic tends to need to operate with a large underclass that does not make decisions. And both the Roman Republic and early America were set up just that way. In Roman Republic, for example, only a citizen could vote for tribune, vote for council, and those kind of things. And to be a citizen, you had to join the army, you had to get sponsored, that kind of thing. And then you had a large underclass of folks that made decisions at all. You had slaves, women, you had plebs, free men, but not citizens. They made hardly any decisions, but they had to do all the goddamn work. And the guys at the Republic, these gentlemen of note, could sit up there and have little games against each other and compete for their status and their money, have their wives and their girlfriends and their slaves they screw and all those things and whatnot. And you see the same thing in America. Who could vote to start out with? White male landowners. Yep. So what does that mean? A lot of white dudes had no decision. And in the antebellum South, up to like the 1830s, really, the master class, they picked the senators and they picked the congressmen. They didn't even vote for those things in the South in the 1830s, 1840s. If you were like a free white man and you weren't of that kind of status, like a landowner, you voted for your sheriff, for your mayor, maybe, things like that, but not nobody of no consequence. And it's funny, in the time of Andrew Jackson, they had a lot of minstrel songs where these guys go in blackface, imitate slaves, and sing insulting songs. But invariably, what it came to is that they made songs and asked themselves, are we niggers too? We work all day for next to nothing. They got the whole damn plantation and all these free workers, and I gotta scratch up what I eat every day. Where do I really stand in this?
Yeah.
And those were the questions in this. So that's really blowing my mind. It's not about color. This is about a master class who will ruthlessly hold on to power at any cost.
We're all in the feeding chain.
Yes.
Start with us, poor people, and we're all in the feeding chain.
And so are the deplorables, and they don't even know it.
Exactly. Bingo.
So I'm gonna end with that one.
Yeah.
Y'all be good now, okay?
What's your name?
My name is Anthony Gibbs, ma'am.
Anthony Gibbs, you rock.
Well, ma'am, I'm at your service.
Excellent, because you can teach me about history since I quit, because I didn't want to hear bullshit.
If you want to hear my historical ramblings, feel free.
I do, because seriously, I don't know, because I don't believe.
Well,
I don't believe.
Read for yourself now, you intelligent lady. Just go to
tell the truth. I mean,
what books tell the truth?
Yeah, tell me what books
Here's
tell
what
the truth.
I do.
I don't want to read garbage.
You do a couple things. You go get a book, and you double check who their author is. You see those sources and those references. See if they're first source references. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You double check things against a few different things. Read critical articles. At first they're wordy, but if you keep reading them, you'll get them. Mm-hmm. You got to read a cross section of stuff. You can't believe one thing that you run across.
I know.
And you can't necessarily get angry about the information either, because sometimes information is incomplete or it's slanted, and it might turn you off, but he might be telling you the truth, but from a different angle. Like a book I read about Charles V. Oh, this writer was the most uptight British bastard ever. I mean, he was just so biased in the writing. It was like, my God, man, who are you rooting for? You know? But by reading that, it gave me two things. It taught me that he was very accurate with his history, even when he colored it with his bias, number one. And number two, this is why we do stuff like, I'm taking my doctorate, and we do site stuff with APA. And in APA, you have to write formally, without color, without without a lot of fancy stuff. It's the information and the citations, because you want to remove all bias
Yeah.
and remove all coloration off that language
Right.
that you can.
Right,
Even
right.
though it don't shit on me because I'm a poet and I want to color everything.
Yeah.
You know, I want to color the world. You know, I'm not an artist with a paintbrush, but I'm an artist
Words.
with the world, and
Wordsmith.
you know, I want to color everything with my
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be like down Jamaica when it's just like rainbows and the bright colors
Yeah,
on side of
that's
buildings.
beautiful, man.
You know, so
Yeah.
anyway, I rambled on some more.
You're
So we're gonna hop
awesome.
off this,
I love
and
it. I could listen to you all darn day.
you might say that now.
I really. Say your name again.
My name is Anthony Gibbs, ma'am. Yes.
Anthony Gibbs. Oh,
And-
then I got.
Uh-oh, what's the
I love
last
Bernie.
sign there? There you go.
I'm not a burnout.
You're not a burnout?
Nope. Listen to Bernie. Here's how he's going to do all these things. Here's how we do these two things.
My honey, the Department of Defense will kill us all before that audit ever happened.
Well, I know. But, I mean, you audit them and see that, and you end corporate welfare, and that's how you do all these things. They keep saying, "Oh, how are you going to do that? That's not even possible, Bernie." Really?
We will be going back to the 1880s and
I
building
know.
scaffolds. Like, we're
I
going to
know,
hang
but
these
you know
sons of
what?
bitches.
When I'm holding this sign up and the cameras are getting this sign, oh, what do you mean?
Oh, yeah, it's on for
Audit?
sure.
Right?
It's on for sure. You know it is. But we better go now.
Yep.
Y'all be good, okay? I hope you enjoyed the
I love
video.
Anthony Gibbs.
All right now.